Welcome back, guys, to Trails of Cold Steel, where last episode we had our bonfire dance to close the festival, spending some more time with Emma before bad news came in. With all the influential people leaving at once, we found out why Gilliath Fortress had been destroyed in an instant. With another week passing in a country facing a new war along its borders, the class agreed to meet and listen to a radio announcement from the government together as Rean searched the campus for Millium and Crow. There's really not many nobles and cantress, so there's Bridget. One other of the lacrosse players. The situation has all of us incredibly worried, but even so, we can't let it get us down. There's still lots less for us to do, so I'll get back to helping Toa once I've calmed down a bit. She said she'll be distributing audible radios throughout the academy, so I might be able to help her with that. I've got my own radio, so I'll be listening to the speech in my room. I hear the Chancellor's got a great voice, but to be honest, the only one I want to hear right now is Misty's. Why can't they just have heard the announcement? Sure. Alright, let's go up. So I'll leave the church be. Who knows what we might find hidden away in an area. The current state of affairs has caused many people to come here and offer their prayers. The Septian Church is an advocate of peace and rationality. In times like these, we must do what we can. Let's pray so that Adios may serve our sinful souls. Or save our sinful souls, not serve it. One must not abandon their faith, no matter the circumstance. I trust that Adios will lead us all down the correct path. Let us pray so that the teachings of the church may provide us a light in these dark times. I mean, I don't know. Nice emblem. We're getting acquainted with that one. Where's Kenny today? It's so boring without him. Like, it's with a girl. Not the, you know, the girl. That kind of girl. Future sister girl? Emil said that he finds it hard to study with things the way they are. I understand how he feels too. I can't even relax at home when things are like this. I want to do as much as I can for my children, but I'm not really sure how exactly to go about that. Things have gotten much more complicated at work ever since Crossbell declared independence. Unfortunately, this means that we'll be inconveniencing clients who usually depend on us. While I've made sure we've taken the appropriate measures, there's only so much we can do in a position like this. All we can do now is wait for the Chancellor Osborne's speech. I was going to say the Blood and Iron Chancellor Osborne then. I planned on showing up at Sunday school for once, but apparently they're on a little hiatus. The current situation has Mum and Dad feeling nervous too, which makes it somewhat hard for me to focus. Yes, tension. Hope we never actually have to live through this in our lifetime, you know? I think that's what we all do. I honestly still find this whole situation hard to believe. Gilliath Fortress is impregnable. What kind of crazy weapon did Crossbow use in order to take it down like that? It's like something out of fiction. I'm half convinced it's all a hoax. Do you have any more books? You just have the Imperial Chronicle, which we already got, but that would have been a second opportunity to maybe see it. Not a lot of people in Trista town, is there? Everyone at the Academy seems worried about how things will play out. Try to cheer up though. Even if things seem bad now, I'm sure they'll all work out. If you stay pessimistic all the time, you won't notice any of the good things that happen. You gotta imagine Mitch might know a bit more. Crossbow's new weapon is like a waking nightmare. Not even our armor division stand a chance. This may very well be our end. No, as long as Chancellor Osborne is here to lead us, I'm sure things will be fine. If anyone can lead this country through times like this trying, it's the Chancellor. Everyone I talk to nowadays seems so sad, it's kind of depressing. But I can't let them get me down. I've got to stay on my toes. I'll cheer everyone up by giving them my brightest smile when they come in. Maybe we should exchange some more mirror and make some more super attachments using this guy. I told the rest of the shopkeepers to make sure they listen to the speech at noon, mainly because we've got to have a meeting about what to do next once it's over. Still, no matter what the Chancellor says in his statement, I'm not going to let anything happen to Teisel. I'd have thought you'd have all gone and like arranged to listen to it in the pub or something as a community. That makes a lot of sense to me. My parents sent me an extra big allowance, but I'm really not in the mood to spend it. I guess it's another day of window shopping for me. I should really save right now. Obtaining fabric has become a real pain now that Transcontinental Railroad has been shut down. Our owner is very picky about the quality of the fabric we use too, so it's possible that we'll have to close. You truly never know what life has in store for you, do you? I never could have seen this coming. Oh. You should have said that to a customer? No, you probably shouldn't have. Alright, up we go. That's nearly Trista channel checked out. It's been a few days now since Codswell declared their independence. Guess the Chancellor's just about to make his move. He's not exactly known for holding back when he means business. For better or worse, things are gonna start happening, and fast. That's what I'm afraid of. Hey, don't get so down, kid. I'm proud of it, but I get stuff wrong all the time. This might be the same deal. Seems like it's actually trying to cheer me up. Just keep listening to your radio. Whatever happens, today's going to be one for the history books. I bet it is. You still lovey-dovey even at a time like this? They closed the office today, so I just got back. I'm glad I get to listen to the big speech at home, at least. All signs are pointing to those rumours I've heard being true, though. There's an awful lot to be worried about these days, especially the increasing number of demonstrations in Heimdallr. I put on a brave face for my husband, but it gets scarier to watch him leave for work every day. No matter what Chancellor Osborne has to say, I just want my husband to stay by my side. The right kind of lovey-dovey for the situation. Mummy and Daddy are all sad. They're not even playing around anymore. I don't like this. I don't like reading these NPC texts, really. It just makes me feel... Oh. I guess I'm letting myself get all the immersion. Everyone's so tense these days, it's just awful. Even Fred started telling me I can go back home if it makes me more comfortable. Isn't that a silly thing to say? How can I go back home when I'm already there? Trista is my home now. My company's taking a big hit due to the IBC asset freeze. That hit became a wound when they stopped the Transcontinental Railroad. We've been using airships to bring stuff in from the Burl, but there's only so much they can carry. I'll probably base my next moves on what we hear during his speech. Things aren't looking too good right now. The Transcontinental Railroad's been stopped, so the government might have to buy vegetables and crops indirectly. Madan Sikheldix, a wholesaler, so he's panicking like metal too. The Grand Market's in hee-haw now, thanks to this, so it's safe to say that commerce in general is no looking good. It won't be. I knew it. I knew things were going to get worse. What is the world coming to? We can keep our youngsters from getting involved in all of this at least. All these rumours about Gilliath Fortress being wiped out and Calvert invading us are starting to pick up a lot of traction. I can't even laugh at the crazy stuff Old Man Abbott says anymore. All they can do is help people try to forget that stuff for a good cup of coffee. Yeah, at this point you care for the NPCs because you've basically spent a lot of time with NPCs and got more characters development with NPCs than you have got with some main characters in some game franchises. In less text. This will be the first time we do a live broadcast of an event, so it was tough to find people who could pull it off. I'm mainly worried about our reporter though. This is the one time we can't afford to slip up. Don't let me down now. You're always skipping pre-show meetings and pulling it off perfectly either way, so show me you can pull that off here. I meant less text in the way that most characters are there for an entire game, have a lot of dialogue, but don't have that much development. I plan to broadcast Chancellor Osborne's statement here at Radio Trista as well. It'll be happening at noon on the dot, so make sure you don't miss it. The speech is going to affect us too. We're going to be listening with bated breath as we broadcast it. Not the amount of text that's in Trails, because we know that's ridiculous. How many novels have I read out loud now? I meant in terms of like book size for just the text of this game alone. It's time to head to the dorm.
Oh, I wasn't expecting to see either of you back so early. Welcome home.
Hello again, Sharon.
We're back! Oh, it seems all of your classes have been cancelled today. I heard from Lady Sarah that you would be remaining on the campus, though.
Well, that was the plan. Say, Crow hasn't been back here, has he?
Master Crow? Well, actually, he just returned a short while ago.
Oh, he did?
Indeed. However, I don't believe he stayed long. It seems he was here just long enough to go to his room, then he left again.
Sounds like we just missed him. Maybe he forgot something here and came back to pick it up?
I don't know. Should we check his room just in case?
Yeah, might as well while we're here.
Well, if you need anything, just let me know.
So we're going to check out his room, are we? Master Crow returned to his room not long ago. He seems to have departed again soon after, however. Maybe he left something here and came back to pick it up. I'll go check his room just to be sure, though. Alright, anyone on this floor apart from Sharon? Nope. No one but a quest icon on this floor. And our favourite Sarah Valentine is not getting drunk in her room. Sometimes I feel like those barrels are different. That's what I expected.
Looks like he did go out then. Still, don't you think his room's awfully tidy? I mean, for Crow.
Well, he was supposed to be moving out of here fairly soon. He must have been doing some cleaning. Anyway, it's almost noon. I guess we just have to head back to the classroom empty-handed for now.
Yep, it's almost time for Gramps' speech. Still, I wonder where Crow went.
Yeah. There's nowhere else around here I haven't checked, is there?
I'm guessing a quest mark on the map will probably tell me where. I've checked Trista. I've checked the school. Okay, there's someone else in here now. I see Master Crow really did go out then. Perhaps I should have asked him where he was going. No, it's alright. I'm sure we'll come drifting back before long. So I'm not used to seeing you in here. You're always fixing up something in the kitchen. I thought I'd take a little rest to prepare for this afternoon. I finished all this morning's work and I need to be available to speak with the chairman as well. How are things going with the Rhineford Company, by the way? It seems pretty tied in with the IBC, so it sounds like the situation in Crossbell would have had a big impact on business. Indeed it has. The chairman has had her hands full dealing with all the issues arising from that. She's been trying to get Crossbell on the line, but as far as I'm aware, all her attempts so far have been fruitless. I doubt there's going to be an easy solution to all of this, especially when I've got a pretty good idea what Gramps is going to say in his speech. Well, I'm sure everything will be just fine. Regardless of what happens, I'll do everything in my power to serve you. Thanks, Sharon. We really appreciate it. Anyway, it's getting close to noon, so I guess we should make our way back to the classroom. Have a safe trip, both of you. We'll see you later. I'm sure that you will all be just fine. No matter what happens, I'll be here to protect you. Please take care. She will be, won't she? Apart from that, thank you for the follow, Dynamite. Welcome. I mean, obviously we're going out that way. But he's clearing out, hasn't he? So, if you're looking for somewhere he's gone, you'd be looking outside. Tidy is an understatement.
Oh, it's you.
I thought you left.
Patrick, what are you doing here? I thought you would have gone back home.
Well, we don't have any classes today, so I was just resting in my room. Sure, I've been told to return home, repeatedly at this point. But as a member of the Four Great Houses, what dignity would I have were I to turn tail and run home at a time like this? Don't underestimate me, Schwarzer.
Oh, wow.
Wouldn't dream of it. Is Class 1 planning on listening to the national address too?
We are. Personally, I can't stand the man, but we are in the middle of a national crisis. Those of us who elected to remain at the Academy are having a radio set up to hear the broadcast together.
Right.
You've got some strange classmates, though. Especially that second year. I know Heimdallr's not all that far from Trista, but I'm not sure why he'd bother going to hear the speech in person.
What are you talking about?
That Crow fellow. I met him outside the station this morning.
Huh, really?
Oh, he didn't tell you? When I inquired, he said he wanted to hear the Chancellor's speech in person.
Huh. I wouldn't have expected him to suddenly take an interest in politics. Well, at least we know where he went now.
I haven't a clue what you're babbling on about. Anyway, it's almost noon now. Shouldn't you be running along? You'll miss the broadcast.
Oh, yeah, you're right. Let's get going, Millium. Everyone else is waiting in the classroom.
Okay.
It's weird, okay. Okay. That's all I'll say now is okay. I'm just creating new ones. Even more save files. For not even any reason. Now what's happening? The same day at 11:55. 5 minutes from the broadcast.
The clock's about to strike noon in Heimdallr, with the Chancellor set to take the stage for his national address. With the situation in Crossbell and the destruction of Gilliath Fortress still fresh in the national consciousness, the message he has today will undoubtedly shape the future of Erebonia and with it, our lives. Our reporter is joining us now live from Dreikel's Plaza.
Sounds like he's about to start.
Oh, I hate this. I've got butterflies in my stomach.
This is Misty, coming to you live from Heimdallr.
Huh? Why is Misty...
Oh, it's the host from Abendtime.
At least that's a reassuring voice to hear at a time like this.
How?
Emma, what's wrong?
The woman talking on the radio, she's... You all know her?
Who, Misty? Of course. She hosts the radio show Abendtime every Sunday night at 9.
I've seen her out and about in Trista, too. She always looks so fashionable. Though, considering Abendtime is broadcast by Radio Trista, it makes sense that's where she'd be.
Huh? Do you know her or something?
The Chancellor's standing at the podium, and it looks like he's about ready to begin. Let's hear what he has to say.
Citizens of Heimdallr, fellow countrymen, Erebonians far and wide, I thank you for your attention. I am Gilliath Osborne, your Chancellor and the acting representative of the Imperial Government.
We stand today in the face of an uncertain future. All of you, I'm sure, are aware of what has transpired in recent weeks. Crossbell, our erstwhile province, has defiantly declared its independence. And as its parting shot, frozen the assets entrusted to them by the hard-working men and women of Erebonia. As we have moved to safeguard our national interests, armed conflicts have broken out on our borders. Our enemies point to this as an example of Erebonian aggression, but nothing could be further from the truth. We acted in accordance with our duties as a colonial power. All we have done as is our sovereign right. The imperial hand may be firm, but it is fair. These traitors, however, have shown the world that they are neither. With an unknown weapon of mass destruction, they have annihilated Gilliath Fortress, the stronghold that has long protected the very gates of this country. I ask you, brothers and sisters of the Empire, do we allow such an odious act to go unpunished? Do we sit idle as the pride and dignity of our great nation is spat upon and trampled underfoot? We cannot, we must not, and we will not. With blood and with iron we shall mete out justice.
Listen to him go.
He's quite the orator, that's for sure.
Well, he's certainly not out to upend my expectations.
Millium? What are you doing?
Nope, can't get through. No surprise there, I guess.
Who are you trying to call?
What is all this about?
Oh, it's part of my mission. The most important part, actually. If only I'd caught on a little sooner. But considering he managed to outwit Claire, Lecter, and even Gramps, I suppose Crow's earned this victory.
What? What does Crow have to do with this?
Huh. So that's your angle. You came because you had a potential lead on C and you couldn't look into it from the outside. Is that it?
What?
As in the leader of the Imperial Liberation Front?
But he's dead, isn't he? The Intelligence Division looked at all of C's actions so far and drew up a list of potential suspects. And one possibility we couldn't dismiss was that he had ties to this academy somehow. But after C and his cronies got blown up aboard their airship in the mine, we thought it was a moot point. Looks like we spoke too soon, though. I can't believe how bad we screwed this up.
Are you seriously suggesting that it's Crow? That it's been him all along?
Crow was with us in the mine right up until he went with the miners to escort them back to the surface, right?
Yeah, and then his route back ended up blocked off by a cave-in, so he wasn't able to reach us until later.
But what if he actually used another route to get there ahead of us?
Then fought us wearing that masked helmet and cape.
Before making it look like he boarded the airship, then sneaking back around to join the others like nothing happened.
Madness. No one would stake their entire plan on such a precarious stunt.
Perhaps we can read the evidence that way, but there are a few leaps in logic that bother me.
Besides, remember when the terrorists escaped from Gilliath Fortress? We heard C talking to us. And not just then. He was addressing us just before the airship exploded in the mine, too.
That's true, on both counts.
And Crow was with us the whole time during everything that went down in Gilliath. He never left our sight.
Right. No mistaking it.
My name is Seath, leader of the Imperial Liberation Front. The hammer of judgment shall fall again. I'm ready. Are you?
Yeah, there's no way he could be...
He could have recorded a message in advance and played it back.
Oh.
And the airship that exploded? It could have been controlled remotely. His alibi seems airtight. But once you account for things like that, it starts looking pretty questionable.
Yep. And if C's still alive, that means the other ringleaders probably are too.
Then right now, Crow is...
Oh no.
He said he was headed to Dreikel's Plaza, didn't he?
If a skilled sniper has their eye on you, you let your guard down for even a second and bang, you're dead. If he's the one who shot down the airship in the mine...
Then it's checkmate for the Chancellor. Crow's already won.
We stand at the brink of nothing less than a national crisis.
In such tumultuous times, we must set aside our differences. We must look past the ideologies that divide us. I will not deny the rift that has grown between the reformist and noble factions, especially in recent times. But how childish, how insignificant such squabbles seem when the enemy marshals its strength beyond our borders. I have met with His Majesty the Emperor, and have secured permission to embark on the course we now must. Thus, in the name of the Emperor, and as the representative of the Imperial Government, I hereby proclaim
that the Empire's full military might shall be gathered together from all branches and divisions to deliver unto Crossbell a swift response to their impudence and to form a bulwark against the threat from the eastern.
Go finish your speech in hell.
well played, Armbrust.
Well, that was anticlimactic. And there's our coup de grace. Now, just have to add the finishing touches.
Hands in the air!
It really was you all along. To think, all the time we spent searching for the leader of the Imperial Liberation Front, and he was right under our noses. Crow Armbrust from the Jirai SEZ.
Aww, and here I thought I'd managed to cover my tracks like a real pro. So, who put all the pieces together? I bet it was Arundel, wasn't it?
We just received confirmation a short while ago. If you hadn't been so difficult to pin down, we would have had this investigation finished up already. How could you? How could you?
You know, this really brings back the memories. It's a lot like when Jirai was annexed by the Empire 8 years ago. You let your guard down, you lose. That's how your boss's favorite little game works, isn't it? Well, he lost. And now he won't be playing any of his games again. Ever.
You! Get on the ground! I don't know how you managed to plan all of this, but you'll tell us eventually. I'll see to that.
Yeah, I don't think so.
What?
Ladies and gentlemen, we've just witnessed a shocking turn of events. Chancellor Osborne has been shot by an unknown assailant. He's currently being rushed into urgent care. We'll bring you more on the situation as it develops.
What is that? It's coming closer.
It looks like we may not be out of the woods yet, folks. A large silver craft has been sighted in the sky to the south, and it seems to be headed toward the capital. But hearing a radio broadcast just isn't the same as seeing it unfold yourselves, is it? So how about I give you Thor students a special treat? Just my way of saying thanks for the fun I had at the festival.
Wait, what's she talking about?
Was she speaking directly to us just now?
Resound, resound, O voice everlasting! Rend night's silent veil and reveal unto all the beautiful world!
What the?
Isn't that the plaza in Heimdallr?
This is one of the Azure Abyss's incantations, Phantasmagoria!
that thing!
I know, but it ain't one of ours. It's time to avenge His Excellency. Fire! Where did it... What?
What are those things?
Humanoid combat armors, courtesy of Reinford's 5th Development Division, staunch supporters of the Noble Alliance. Knights for the modern age, modeled after a stunning historical example and made of hardened steel from toe to crown. We call them the Panzer Soldats.
But how did... Don't move!
Sorry, I don't take orders from you. Zephyr should be able to secure Valflame Palace just fine on their own. But I've got my own score to settle.
No! What?
See ya, Icy Maiden.
Man, that was a bit of a letdown, huh? I'll give him an A for effort.
But we're talking about the Imperial capital here? Is that the best they could muster on their home turf?
The hard part's still ahead. Most of the Imperial army's putting out fires across the country. But they'll be back soon enough now. And who knows? They might have some anti-Soldats countermeasures up their sleeves.
Hey, anything can happen. Guess the ones to watch out for are the 3rd, 4th, and 7th Armored Divisions, huh?
I wonder whose side our little princess will take.
That's for Fee to decide. The boss would have wanted it that way.
Splendidly done, Grianos. I see you were able to share the sweetest notes of my aria with our little friends.
I find myself reminded afresh of the brilliance with which you shine as the second Anguis, Lady Vida Clotilde. Vast is the stage, and beauteous the performance of the Azure Abyss.
That's quite the compliment, considering your standards on beauty. Still, first the Burl, then Crossbell, and now here in Erebonia. Don't you think you're getting a little too greedy for your own good?
Oh, your chastisement cuts deep. We'll be proceeding with the next step of the Phantasmal Blaze plan, I presume?
Yes indeed. The bells are tolling for Crossbell, and preparations here are complete. Still, even this grand an undertaking is but a jewel in a greater crown. The second stage of the Orpheus final plan. The symphony awaits us,
Let the second movement commence.
Is this really happening?
It is. I'm certain of it. Phantasmagoria is an arcane art known to the Witch of the Abyss, capable of showing scenes and visions across great distances. The woman you know as Misty is something of a sister of mine.
Wait, the Witch of the Abyss?
Are you saying that's who Misty really is?
I feel like any moment I'm going to wake up in my bed to find I just dreamt all this.
If only it was. But we have no choice but to accept that it's real.
Well, we'll have plenty of time to worry about that later. Right now, we've got two more pressing concerns. The Chancellor's been shot, and Heimdallr's been occupied.
Oh no! I hope my father's alright.
Damn. Please, let Saint Estrella be safe.
That gargantuan airship, those Panzer soldats. I have no doubts that they were bankrolled and manufactured by the noble faction.
I saw them there. My old family. All this time I never knew what happened to them. Now there they are.
Fee.
So you know those men? I remember meeting them briefly in the Grand.
They're former members of Zephyr. Used to be one of the continent's strongest Jaeger corps. It looks like the noble faction hired them to do their dirty work, just like the Imperial Liberation Front. On top of that...
It looks like our guess about C's identity was right on the money. But I don't know what that cool blue thing was he flew off in.
Crow, why did you do it?
On behalf of the Student Council, I'd like to ask all of you to remain calm. I'm sure you all experienced that strange vision during the broadcast, and the principal has an announcement he'd like to make about it.
Good afternoon, everyone. This is Principal Van Dyke speaking. I'm sorry to say there's a strong likelihood that what you just saw is really happening in Heimdallr. However, it's important to note that we don't yet have confirmation or any official word on the situation. I'm doing all I can to find out what's going on, but in the meantime, I ask for your patience and understanding.
So all the other classes saw it too.
How could she use a national radio broadcast to show something to just us and no one else? Is that even possible?
For her, it is, with little difficulty at that.
Yo, Sarah here. Who's... Neidhart? An emergency meeting. Right away? What? Of course, I'll be right there. Yeah, understood. I'll meet you in front of the main gate. All right, class. I've got to step out for a bit to take care of some business. But no matter what happens, you are not to leave this building. Is that clear?
What's going on?
I'm not sure, but it's obvious something strange is happening.
Can this day even get stranger than it already is?
What's wrong, guys?
I hear something to the west, and it's getting closer.
Several armored cars are approaching. And it sounds like they have some of those armored suits with them.
You've got to be kidding.
First Heimdallr, now Trista? Are they planning on taking over the academy?
Sure looks that way. Notable members from both factions have kids enrolled here, and there are plenty of important people like the principal. So either they're looking to preemptively protect their own or take the others hostage. Could be either, even both.
This is absurd.
Whatever their intentions, we can't allow them to harm innocent people.
Do you think that's where the instructors went? To try and fight them off?
Those giant armors tore through the army's tanks like they were nothing more than toys. Our instructors are strong, but with what they're up against, I'm worried they might not be enough. I'm not sure how much help we'd be or if we'll even be able to put a dent in them. But right now, they need all the support they can get. They need Class 7.
I'm with you.
You have my sword.
I didn't really wake up today planning to fight enemies that can gut a tank.
None of us did. But this battle came to us, so we'll draw the line here.
I'll do everything I can to defend this school and its students.
I take no issue with humbling those that befoul the spirit of true nobility.
Guess I'll help too.
I wonder how Lammy will match up against those giants.
We haven't got a lot of time, so let's move out.
All right, let's do this.
Elisa? Why are you all so flustered? What's going on?
Ferris, you're still here?
What in Adios' name is going on here? I saw the instructors leaving the academy through the front gate.
Oh, they already left?
Patrick, you have to stay here. You can't let them take over this building. Work with the other students as best you can.
Schwarzer?
What are they?
What in Adios' name is going on?
I heard a war started in Heimdallr.
Don't worry, everyone. You'll be safe here.
We'll show you to the auditorium. You can bunker down there.
Toa! George!
Rean!
What are you doing here?
You aren't...
You're not planning on going to help the instructors, are you?
That's exactly what we're planning.
I'd bring shame to the Arcade name if I were to willingly allow such insolence and dishonor to fester.
We're not gonna push our luck, but we want to give them every little bit of support we can.
You can't be serious.
If that video's anything to go by, you'd be going up against some seriously dangerous weapons. The chances of you overcoming a force like that is... well, I don't even want to say. Are you really sure this is what you want to do?
We are. This academy has given us a lot. We've made friends here, learned to better ourselves. And we'll be damned if we're going to let them just take that away!
You guys...
Oh boy. The instructors told me not to let you past if you tried to come through here.
All right. As Student Council President, I hereby grant you permission to head through. But don't forget, you're still students. This may be a military academy, but that doesn't mean you're soldiers. If you ever feel like your lives are in danger, even a little bit, you get out of there, okay? Run away, surrender. I don't care what you do, just please don't die out there. Promise me.
Of course.
We promise.
At least make sure you've got everything you need before you go then. I've got my tools on me, so if you guys need any last-minute modifications to your Arcus units, I'll take care of it.
I mean, it should be okay, especially if I take the party that we took in with us. Oh yeah, let's take Crow for definite. Well, just keeps lasting and lasting. This game's got legs. Alright, let's take, of course, these three, you, and then we've got Bacchus as well. So we'll take the party that we took into the old schoolhouse, who should have perfect gems, or at least good enough for us to continue fighting. What the hell? So we're up against a few armored cars and those crazy strong soldiers. The battle tanks can't even scratch. There's a lot going on right now, but we've got to focus on taking those guys out first. Okay, Crow might have outsmarted us, but that just means we're going to outsmart him right back. You think? Seems the fighting's already started on the outskirts of town. We may not be able to beat them back on their own, but we can help. The instructors do it at least. Let's go. I'll do what I feel is right, regardless of the path my father or brother choose to walk. Let's go and do what needs to be done. Those innocent fools don't deserve a shred of my mercy. I like that he's very decided on this kind of standpoint here. Lake Lord's fishing, by the way, at this point in time. Oh, okay. Oh, we've upgraded our type of sword, have we? Don't worry, leave the main building to me. I won't let a soul pass me no matter who they are. We won't let anyone through. Just leave the academy to us. I'm not going to talk to everyone. I don't actually want to. I want to go forward. I was wondering if there was certain key personnel still here. Trista's under attack and Uncle Mackerel's just disappeared somewhere. What should we do? What should we do? Please calm down, Mint. Instructor Beatrix and I have been told to ready the infirmary. I know you're worried about him. I'm worried about him too. But we can't let that shake us. We can help him more by staying focused on doing whatever we can than by panicking. You're right. Uncle Makarov isn't too active, so he's probably lying around hurt somewhere. Let me help with the infirmary too. It sounds like Makarov might actually be gone front line then. I was wondering where the nurse had gone. Please be careful out there, Elliot. There goes to the rest of you too. We're preparing the infirmary to treat injuries as swiftly as possible. Please, promise me that we'll all return to us safely. Can't really do it at this point in time, you know. Where's Patrick in all of this? Gather any students who might get called outside. Tell the second years to seal off the entrances to the first floor. Be sure to inform the Trista citizens in the auditorium that they must absolutely not set foot outside. Yes, sir. Of course. Are they up round the corner, are they? Nope. There's no way we can let the instructors take on this whole mess on their own. Frisia, help me gather up some of the fencing club and we'll meet at the main entrance. Understood. I believe it's time we show them what we're made of. Everyone's getting ready to defend the school, noble or commoner. Despite the fact that obviously a civil war has literally just broken out at this point in time. Whatever could be going on? First system wins, flee to safety at once. Vincent, compose yourself. The academy is currently the safest place we could be. I debate this. You head inside, Bridget. Don't worry, I'll do whatever it takes to keep you safe. Thank you. I'll be counting on it. I believe in you, Alan, but I don't want you to be hurt. Please try to be careful. Believe it or not, I'm not as weak as I used to be. Don't worry, I'll take care of you, no matter what. I can't find Patrick! I think they're up on the roof, looking from above. Would make a fair bit of sense right now, wouldn't it? Yeah. Oh, there's a scene. Why, hello, Master Rean, and the rest of Class 7 too. What a pleasure. We were wondering where you two went. Yeah, I was. We made our way up here just after the broadcast. It would seem that our current state of affairs has become rather grave, unfortunately. Based on the footage we were shown, that huge ship that appeared in Heimdallr belongs to the Noble Alliance forces. It's no great leap to deduce that the force marching on Trista also belongs to them. Patrick. What? Do you expect me to feel guilty? With the conflict between the nobles and the reformists the way it is, this was practically a foregone conclusion. And having been said, the High Arms household kept both Celestine and myself in the dark about this. That humiliation far outweighs any sense of guilt I may feel. It's likely that there was a muzzle order in place to keep this plan and all things related to it an absolute secret. I was issued an order to return just a few days ago, but I opted to decline. In retrospect, perhaps I should have suspected that something was amiss. Allowing you to remain here likely played into Father's strategy to keep me uninformed. The two can play at that game. You needn't worry about the academy. It's safe in our hands. Right now, there is no line between noble and commoner. We are all students of Thors, equal bearers of the crest of the Horned Lion. We will do what it takes to protect it. I never would have expected to hear that out of you. We know you are, Patrick. Thank you. Now go find Toa and help her defend the main gate. Good luck. May the goddess bless us both. Of course. Let's go, Celestine. As you wish, Master Patrick. Now that was a conversation worth looking around for, wasn't it? Yeah, how come those guys that attacked the capital are here already? That was way too fast. Chances are they planned this in advance. But what? Chancellor Osborne's shooting, the appearance of that huge battleship and those new weapons. Every individual aspect would have had to be planned out well in advance, so for all three to have happened, well, it's likely that all of this, including the attack on Trista, has been in the works for several years now. Can I believe this? Who's the last person up here? Are you combat made? Because I really hope you are now. It seems the battle has already begun on the West Highway. Please do not concern yourself with us. It is my duty to keep Master Vince and the Lady Fairess safe. I'll fulfill that duty, even if it costs me my life. I guess these decisions are part of the maid's duty too. Alright, let's start heading down then. Oh, we got pictures being taken as well. Looks like they're headed our way now. Don't know who these guys are or where they're from, but I'm going to give you snapping evidence of every single thing they do. So do me a favour and don't get done in while you're out there. I think someone's all of a sudden got born the ability to become a war photographer, right? Something other than women. My family seems to have evacuated safely from Trista. Oh, Dios, thanks so much. Good to hear. Yeah, I do expect all maids and butlers can fight. That is the Japanese way as well. Crow, can't Can't believe it. He was one of the terrorists all this time. Now he's got to shot the Chancellor. And on top of that, he's launched an offensive against the Academy. I'm still coming to grips with it myself. Now that I think back on it, he was always around whenever something major went down, wasn't he? Even as far back as the summer festival in Heimdallr when that big terrorist attack happened. I thought something seemed fishy with all that stuff that happened in Rua. But I guess with the urgency of the situation, I didn't think too hard about it at the time. It still feels like it can't be real. And this must be some gross mistake. I can hardly believe Crow was one of them, and I saw him confess it myself. Two of us first met him on a field study last year. He was easy to get along with, but there was something about him that seemed a little bit hollow somehow. It didn't take long before Angie just went up and said it to his face. They really didn't get along very well at first. Still, the more field studies we went on together, the closer we all got. How did it come to this? Toa. Yeah, that's in May. Right now the enemy is at our gates, and I don't intend to let them have their way. We're going to protect this academy, no matter what it takes. And when we find Crow, I want to hear it straight from him. I want to know what he's trying to accomplish by doing this. Rean. Okay, do what you can. As Crow's friend, and yours, we're behind you all the way. Thanks. We'll be back. I want you to promise me one thing. Don't throw your lives away no matter what. I believe in you, and I know you'll be able to keep everyone safe. We're Crow's friends, but we can't do anything to help, so please fight for our sake too. Guess you're not the one who's getting us out then. Oh, is this it? I daren't say, is this the end of the game? Because you never know where this might lead. Make sure you're completely prepared. This will probably be your last chance to stock up on everything. I know you're worried about Crow, but you can't think about him right now. Right now, you should only have two things on your mind. Keeping yourself safe and helping the instructors. Oh, it's leave. Oh, no, it's leave this. There are dangers greater than anything we face before just beyond this gate. Are we really ready?
May Adios be with you. And just a little speculation from me, but looking at their design, you should aim for their joints. Take them apart at their weakest points and you might have a chance.
I see.
Then let's pray our aim is true.
I know I'm repeating myself at this point, but don't go doing anything crazy. You hear? Still, I know in my heart how much you want to protect this school. So do what you think you have to do. Not just for us, but so that whatever ends up happening, you'll know you gave the best you had to give.
Understood.
Damn. They sure didn't waste any time.
It seems the battle's already underway.
There, toward the west exit. Let's move!
Impossible! Are you even human?
Oh, I'm as human as they come. Can't speak for the principal, though. Or Instructor Beatrix, for that matter.
I'll say, our decorated veterans are putting the younger generation to shame.
Now, there's no need to go around flattering old ladies, Nightheart.
No need to be so modest, Beatrix. I don't know of any other old ladies who could reduce an armored car to a smoldering wreck that quickly.
Says the man who cut one in half.
Always nice to share a little outing with my wonderful colleagues.
And while we're at it, since when were the two of you such whizzes with all those high-level arts?
Especially you, Thomas. When did you leave the library long enough to become so disturbingly proficient with an orbital staff?
Well, you know me. I've always been rather taken with the mages of the Middle Ages.
They're monsters! Sir, we don't stand a chance against them!
Ah, stop your whining!
They did this? By themselves?
I almost feel sorry for the soldiers.
Just who is Instructor Beatrix?
She was a colonel in the Imperial Army. They used to call her the Reviver. Heard she saved Sarah's life once even.
Yeah, she's kind of a legend. In her days with the medical corps, she'd show up in war zones to treat the critically injured. She'd patch them all up, friend or foe. And woe to anyone or anything who tried to stop her.
Wow, no wonder she's so unflappable.
You know, maybe they don't need our help after all.
No, it's not over yet.
Looks like they've got some reinforcements coming in.
Cease your fire! There's no need to increase our casualties any further. If they're fielding monsters, we might as well call in our own.
Here they come.
My, they've certainly brought quite a few of those.
They're boasting some impressive armor. Looks like they've been designed with integrated arts resistance, too.
What to do?
You think we can really beat all these things?
Well, I don't see another way out of this, do you? We need to hold this location until the Imperial Army's reinforcements arrive, no matter what.
Time to see if the Army's finest up-and-coming officer has it where it counts.
Same to you, Miss A-Rank Bracer.
My! You two really do make quite the dynamic duo.
Shut up, Thomas.
All right. Palestine and Neidhart are taking point. Let's give them some cover.
Yes, sir.
Now, let's see which parts have that arts-resistant shield.
They certainly seem to be holding their own.
Yeah, but look how many they're up against.
And the enemy's still got strength to spare. But the instructors don't have anything to fall back on if the enemy gets the upper hand.
Let's go. They need backup, and we're here to give it to them.
Right. I'm not sure how much support we'll be able to provide, though.
At the very least, we should be able to keep one of those things busy.
If we can give them that much more of a fighting chance, I'll do it.
That won't be necessary. What? Sharon? Allow me to handle things here. I'll be sure to give Lady Sarah and her colleagues the opening they need to clinch their victory. Huh?
She's fast. I figured you'd show up sooner or later.
Oh my!
Steel wires?
These new model engines certainly are quite the step up. I'm impressed. Still, all the power in the world doesn't mean much if you're all tied up. The pleasure of being bound, vulnerable, and exposed is a thrill like no other. Would you care for a little demonstration? I'd say you won't feel a thing, but that would be lying.
So you finally dropped the act, huh? Looks like you've even picked up a few new tricks since our little dust-up 2 years ago. But I guess I wouldn't expect any less from Sharon Kruger, Ouroboros' Enforcer number 9. Or should I just call you the Severing Chains?
I'm currently on leave from that position. Right now, I'm but a humble maid in the service of the Reinford family. And no matter who's pulling the strings, anyone who tries to harm Lady Elisa or her friends will have to get through me first.
That's fine by me. But I think you and I need to sit down and have a nice long talk after all this is over. I'll bring the snacks.
Oh, look at them go! Are you just going to stand there and let the ladies run laps around you, Major?
Of course not.
I was just about to say, we should focus our assault on one and hit it with everything we've got.
Boys will be boys.
Oh my, I feel like a mere mortal walking among titans.
Okay, I think I got these guys figured out. Gonna nullify their arch-shielding capabilities.
You sure know how to show a guy a good time. You got some real fight in you. I can respect that. Still, there's only so much you can do against these soldats. Let's see how long you can hold out, shall we? You're a military academy. Let's see how much fight you've really got in you.
So, Elisa, just who the heck is Sharon?
Don't ask me. I want to know just as much as the rest of you. I'm pretty sure my mother knows her background, but she never told me.
Still, now they may have at least a chance of victory. Though not a great one by any stretch.
Still, we've seen those suits demolish battle tanks in just a few hits. Every second we hesitate.
You're right. If we joined the fight, their chances would be that much better.
That sound.
It's faint, but I can hear it.
No way.
But that's coming from the opposite direction of the capital.
Lemmy! We've got two of those armors coming in fast! A blue one and a green one!
Well, they certainly don't seem to be holding back on our account.
Are they trying to catch the town in a pincer attack?
The instructors and Sharon have their work cut out for them with those 5.
Looks like we're the first and only line of defense then.
Yeah. Get ready, everyone!
They said they could take 1. Now they're forced to fight 2. Well, it seems like the end of the game saved all character-based revelations for us, didn't it? I guess I'll save again then. Assuming it invites me to save all the time now. Oh. Setting up things for our next game, that's for sure.